Hello, Knights of the Rolled Table. Zach here to tell you it's time for some bonus episodes. The bonus bio episodes have been some of my favorite parts of each season. If you haven't listened to those, go back now and listen to those bonus bio episodes from our previous seasons because they are some of my favorite episodes we have done. And there are a bunch of characters in season 4 to learn a little bit more about. A little talk with the performer about the backstory that they have in mind about the different characters in season 4, and then an improvised scene based somewhere in that character's backstory. It's really fun. We really enjoy doing them, and today we are going to be featuring Carlos Guzman, who plays Deleth, and Yenni. Deleth's scene that we did is up there in one of my favorites, so we hope you enjoy that. We're going to do this bio episode this week as extra content. Next week will probably also be a bio episode, and then I think we'll have a regular episode, and then we'll sprinkle bio episodes throughout the off weeks in the next few weeks. We hope you enjoy. Remember, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and make life an adventure.
Knights of the Rolled Table to a bio episode. We are sitting down with the whole cast of season 4. We got Chris Daly.
Hey.
Jen Crespo.
Heyo.
We got Matt Messerman.
Hello.
We got silly old Zach Stones.
Hey.
And we got Carlos Guzman, who is the subject of this bio episode. Carlos,
Finally.
welcome to the bio episode.
Oh, thank you. I'm honored to be here.
We're excited to have you. Now, you play 2 characters in season 4.
That's
Tell
right.
me who they are.
They're 2 characters. I play them separately, never at the same time.
Yes.
One is Deleth Corvax, who is a rogue. And the other one is Yenni Dunk, who is a barbarian, a halfling.
Now, before we get to know Del and Yenni a little more, let's learn a little bit more about Carlos. Carlos, what are y'all about? What do you do for a living? What do you
Where
want
did
the
you
people
come
to
from?
know
What's
about?
your social?
What do you want people to know about Carlos?
Well, I know the majority of these of the people in this group through improv. What I would like people to know about me is that I have been doing improv for, closing on 10 years now. So maybe about 8 or 9 at this point. And part of the thing about improv that attracted me is I actually tried stand-up shortly before doing my first improv workshop. And the terrifying thing about stand-up is if you do something wrong or people don't laugh, you're the only person who can do anything to fix it. And the nice thing about improv is, yes, you have to make up things in the moment, but people can save you or can just, take it away from you, so you don't just feel the spotlight burning through your retinas. So the sort of, team sport aspect of improv and the socializing aspect of improv is something that carries over to D&D pretty easily. And is something that I've really enjoyed about this podcast and enjoyed about previous times that I've played D&D. I never really played 4th edition, but I did play some 3 and 3.5, and then I picked things back up with 5, which has been very fun and a pretty good time.
Let's talk first about Yenni Donk and what do we need to know about Yenni?
Yenni was a interesting character to create. I think what took me in the direction of going with Yenni was we had a discussion about using the booklet called Ancestry and Culture, and sort of the idea of splitting things up along those 2 lines and mixing and matching in a way to make a character that that you could probably homebrew with a DM, but isn't really like within the player's guide itself. Seemed very appealing. So the one that seemed like very obvious to me when we were going through Ancestry and Culture of the original sort of species and races that are available in the player's guide was a halfling raised by orcs. And so that's who Yenni is. She was adopted by the Donk family in a roaming orc tribe. She's a halfling, but doesn't really know much about like her halfling heritage. To her, she's just always been part of the orc tribe, and so that's how she perceives things. They're a roaming tribe, mostly pastoral though, so a lot of like animal husbandry, a lot of like woodworking and trading with people as they sort of like roam around a particular area. And she was usually delegated in her younger years to kind of like livestock and foraging duty, but she very much was attracted to like the sort of like fighting and hunting aspects of the tribe and of like the orcish traditions. As she was growing up, at one point she found herself infatuated with an orc fighter of the tribe. Not much older than her, but definitely old enough to sort of be well on his way to go off adventuring and sort of like split off from the tribe. And when he sort of like ended up taking off and becoming, of all things, a bodyguard for a cool wizard, she very much sort of planted her flag and convinced her parents that she would be better off, instead of trying to kind of like herd animals around, she would be better off, picking up an axe and learning how to properly use it. So since that time, she got her training in. I don't know if you would exactly classify it as barbarian training, but I guess she got training in fighting and exhibited traits that pushed her towards the barbarian class. And once she separated off from the tribe and sort of like took off and got to do her own adventures, she's been very happy to be smashing stuff to bits since.
I'm wondering if maybe there was a time that Yenni maybe told her parents that she wanted to kind of pursue this life, if that was something that we could recreate and kind of live in.
Oh, certainly. Certainly we could.
Who else is in Yenni's family that might have been around?
Well, she has a mom and a dad orc and an older brother orc. The mom is called Brenna Dunk, and the dad is Ivan Dunk. And then the older brother is Porto Dunk. So they probably all would have been present in the household when she tried to make her case. She probably wouldn't have been necessarily dramatic about it, but there probably would have been quite a hectic discussion around it, because once Yenni gets something into her head, it's tough to talk her out of it.
And how long before we meet Yenni in season 4 do you think that this happened? Are we talking a few months, a few years?
Probably like close to a decade.
Okay.
But, halfling lifespan, so we're saying like if nowadays in the campaign she'd be in her 20s, then this is like teenage years.
All right. Well, I think it would be a lot of fun to see that, to go back and see how Yenni explained to her parents that she wanted to become a barbarian instead of a ranch worker. There we have Yenni, which will be played by Carlos. We also have Brenna, Ivan, and Porto. All right. Let us begin and set the scene on an orcish home out on the land. And young Yenni comes into the home and sees her family there.
Sorry, I was running.
Oh, Yenni, I'm so glad you're home. I could really use a hand. The mayor just gave birth, and we've got a brand new colt in our hands. Isn't that exciting?
Ma, no, I have to tell you something.
Sweetheart, look at you. You are a wreck. You are covered in thistle. What did I tell you? Did you run all the way here? Look at you. You're sweating.
Oh, no, Mummy, Yenni clearly can't take these responsibilities. I will take care of the mayor. You handle your
Oh,
motherly
thank you,
duties
Porto.
with
You are
young
such
Yenny here.
dear. Thank you.
Porto, you're dumb, and
it's
everyone
mine.
thinks you're dumb. Stop talking. I'm talking. I want to
Yenny,
talk. Mom, I want to talk.
Bless your heart, Yenny. Bless your heart. I'll take care of the mail. Don't worry, and I've already taken care of the chores. Don't you worry. I'll handle the ranch duties day to day. Not a problem. You just do your thing here.
Let Yenny talk. Just let her talk.
Thank you. Thank you. See, Pa knows I have important things in my up here in the meathead area.
Your pa is half a bottle into his moonshine, all right? I don't really care what he has to say, but Yenny, go ahead. What do you got to say to us?
Okay. You remember Greg? Greg.
Yeah, that feller you've been spending some time with.
Greg that bangs his head on things all the time?
No, he does that because he's strong, and strong people have to test their strength all the time with every part that's strong.
So yes.
Maybe that would make sense to you, Porto, if any part of you was strong as your belly, because you're fat.
Yenny!
I'm sorry.
Yenny, that is not how you talk to your brother. Now you tell him you are sorry.
He's fat, though.
Or you will get no biscuits tonight.
Okay, yes, I'm sorry. What I meant to say is,
Forgive
you're ugly.
Hey, we taught her how to tell the truth. We taught her to encourage the truth. She tells the truth. It's the truth.
But the truth is not always kind, and that was what I think we should try. Anyway, Yenny, I'm sorry.
Point is, Greg's gone, and he's protecting a wizard, and that's what I want to do.
You want to protect a wizard?
No, I want to be strong and protecting people. I don't want to just protect a goat or a cow. You know, I want to protect people.
Well, we're people. You could protect us. Bruno, we could it's our bodyguard, yeah?
But you don't need protecting. You have the tribe.
Oh, sounds like we're having some issues with some of the cattle outside. They must have gotten into the dairy supply.
That one sounded like Bernadette. I'll go check.
Mom, listen to me.
Sorry, there's just a lot going on right now, right? You know that we're coming up on the big season. All right, we need all hands here to help out, and that's how we protect this family and take care of each other.
And I will help out. I will, but you gotta help me out. I wanna swing an axe. I wanna punch a dog. You know, not like any dog that we own, but like a bad dog. You know, that's trying to bite a kid. You know, something like that.
You wanna just do those things?
Yeah. I wanna help. Like that's what I gotta do. I just know it. I've seen it.
You could always help your brother with some of the chores around here. I mean, he's been so sweet taking care of your share. That would be helpful. And we've got some firewood. You could chop that up. Is that what you're saying?
That's not enough. It's gotta be more. I've gotta become a warrior.
A warrior?
Yeah. Porto, what do you think?
I'm for it. I think go on your way. We have everything handled here. I'll just inherit the ranch, and you be off, bang your head on whatever you need to bang your head on,
See? Even Porto thinks it's a good idea, and he has bad ideas every day of his life.
Yes, well, I'll have to take care of the cows and the dairy problem, so you three work this out in here.
Hey, yeah, so Bernadette's fine. She's just a little lactose intolerant. But, I mean, there was a bandit out there, though. I scared it off. But maybe if we had some protection, that would work better. Huh? Bandits. Huh? Yeah.
Bandits? Bandits?
No.
I could take care of bandits.
I mean, but,
Mom?
honey, aren't you worried that she's going to get hurt or something? I mean,
You take the goat. I'll get the cow.
All right,
Won't even notice.
you got it, boss.
Yeah, I'll get the goat. Come on, you goat.
hearing some loud, obnoxious voices coming from outside. What could they possibly be?
What's the matter with this goat? Come on.
I don't know. I'm
Stupid
kicking
goat.
it. I'm kicking it.
Oh
Get the cow.
what's this?
Oh,
Mind your own business, old timer.
Yeah, we're gonna stab you with this rock I found.
No!
oh no!
Wow, what the heck?
Whoa! What?
Oh my God! Yenny is biting them to death.
Just like a whirlwind.
Watch out, she's got an axe. Yeah.
I yield.
Let's get out of here.
Let's go.
Did you see him? I bit him, and then I hit him, and then they left, and everyone's fine.
Yenny, my apologies. This is your calling.
Yenny, I'm so proud of you, and even though I don't understand it, I can see now that there is something inside of you, and well, I don't know that something is ever really going to be that happy here. Is that what you're trying to tell us?
Does that mean I get to go beat people up? Because if so, I'll say yes.
I mean, I suppose as long as you use the judgment and everything that we taught you to make sure that you're not hurting the wrong people.
That's right, Ma. That's what it's about. It's about not hurting the good people, just hurting the bad.
You'll find the bad people and you'll smash them in real good.
Yeah! Yeah! That's exactly what I'll do!
My little girl's growing up. I can barely stand it.
And smash she did.
Hey!
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, Carlos, you also play another character, Deleth
Sure do.
Korvax.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about Deleth.
Deleth comes from a coastal area called the Edelsea. It's a peninsula region with a nearby archipelago, right? His family consists of his father, Richel Korvax, and his brother, Popol Korvax. His mother unfortunately passed away when he was younger, and early on, his father sort of had a trade as a merchant of jewelry and sort of leather accessories and things like that. But slowly, through good fortune and sort of some smart maneuvering through the local court, his dad actually managed to improve the station of the family considerably and got himself to be a lord by the end of it. So as Deleth was growing up, he moved up the hierarchy of the kingdom of Edelsea and found himself in a pretty nice aristocratic station by the time he was a young adult. Around that time, though, the kingdom of Edelsea started wanting to expand, and unfortunately its inland neighbors were, let's just say, a little too strong to necessarily be conquered or to sort of like start any sort of aggression with. So rather they started pointing themselves towards the island, which were a sort of small kingdom that is a coalition of seafaring elves. So as it seemed likely that diplomacy was kind of breaking down and things were about to start getting aggressive over there, the Korvax family was conscripted by the court to provide certain useful things in wartime. Particularly, they were going to sort of help interrogate prisoners and try and get information that way. Deleth did not like that very much at all, though his brother and father were a little bit more amenable to that. Deleth had the opportunity to sort of help someone escape, and so he did. It was a fisherman elf by the name of let's say Roy. And Roy helped him find safe passage out from his home islands once Deleth helped him escape. And that was maybe 6-7 years ago in game. Since then, Deleth crossed the sea over to the continent that we're more familiar with, and for maybe the last 6-ish years, sort of just been moving from trade to trade as he moves further and further inland. Anything from thieves and smugglers to sort of work up the rogue abilities, but then also some things like he was an art critic for an aristocratic buyer. He was a food inspector for a lady of the court. And at one point, he even juggled, and people paid him for it. To this day, Deleth still has his family coat, but he has torn off his family crest and doesn't really acknowledge that he comes from a family of some renown from a kingdom that he's a little bit ashamed of to this day.
So what drives?
Sort of the sense of when he was younger, he got a taste of what he knew for sure he didn't want to do. And then once he had escaped the sort of safe confines of his family and his kingdom where he was raised, he sort of had to start determining what it was to do. So rather than just be angry or resentful at the people who were trying to put him in a position that made him uncomfortable, he had to start understanding how the world functions and what role he can actually have in it, right? He knew he didn't want to be a bad person, and doing those bad things would have made him, he feels, a bad person. But he had to discover what is the line and isn't the line of, like, justice or of making your way in the world.
You said that Deleth had been a juggler, a
That's right.
smuggler,
Uh-huh.
and
a midnight tuggler.
tuggler?
Keep it PG, guys.
Sorry.
What?
One who tugs.
Worked on a tugboat.
Yeah. With the fisherman elf.
Yeah, just a regular seaman. Were there any other jobs that he had that of note?
Sure. Yeah.
Or any ones that were particularly impactful in helping him kind of figure out who he was, or to kind of draw that line in the sand of morality for Deleth?
Sure, yeah. At some point, he sort of assisted in some arbitration related to some land disputes, which seemed like a very boring sort of assignment at the given moment. But the sort of tensions that were present with people there allowed him to exercise some soft skills and sort of talk down a situation that probably would have come to, if not blows, some definite acrimony, in a way that made him realize maybe I'm capable of doing good things and not just avoiding doing bad things.
Who were the two parties in this situation?
If
you were going
one
to throw it out there.
Yeah, one of them was a duke, Duke Elias, and the other person would have been the duke's nephew, who felt entitled to the land that was supposed to be bequeathed to him when the duke seemed to have died, except when they put him in a coffin, he actually was still alive. And when they pulled him out, he was like, well, my lands belong to me again. And the nephew insisted, no, they don't, because technically you died. And legally that means everything's mine now. So, it was an odd situation.
That seems to be actually a pretty common legal concern in our world.
Yeah.
Not the first time that specific concern has come up.
Oh my god, has that happened at some point in the campaign and I totally just didn't know about that?
In the Valentine's episode, Mark's character had died, and so he and Jen's character were not technically married anymore, and they were considering getting remarried.
Till death do they part. Well, let's join this scene to learn more about Deleth Corvax and his past. We join him in a duke's chamber, a large setting with a table and many chairs around it in this giant hall that has a giant fire burning at one end. It's decorated with banners and hunted game, and the parties of the Duke and the Duke's nephew, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Of the Duke and the Duke's nephew have gathered around the table. Tensions are high as the scene unfolds.
Duke Elias, thank you for welcoming me into your court. I am Deleth Corvax, sent over by the Woodwash Insurance Company. I heard that you requested our help, our aid. Is that the nephew right there?
Oh yes, that's my nephew. He's speak up, boy. Talk to the man.
It's mine now. It's not yours anymore. You died.
Well, it was a minor complication, but
It's not minor. You were dead, and now I inherit everything.
Oh, don't be a poppycock. Deleth, I'm glad you're here. It's quite important for all of us to be civilized.
Yes, quite. So we received your letter, but there were a couple of questions that I had.
I want more wine. Bring me more wine.
Be
I
quiet.
am the Duke.
Don't talk until you're told.
Shush you.
Wine, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, very well.
Deleth, I must tell you that my nephew is an age of 27 years, and he is
quite old.
acting like he's 14.
Ooh. All right. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name, young nephew. You are Lord...
I am the Duke now. I have inherited the title
You're
because
not the
he had
Duke.
died. I am the new Duke Elias, Duke Winchester Elias.
Elias, you are not the Duke. Not as long as I draw breath.
I contest you, sir. What is this? What is this wine? This is terrible. Bring me more wine. Bring me better wine. I want better wine.
Different wine, sir. This one is of a higher vintage.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Henceforth, don't bring him any more wine.
Sorry, sir. Until the dispute is settled, I will have to serve both. Sorry, sir. Henceforth, out.
Henceforth, you disappoint me.
Sorry, sir.
So then the issue seems to be we have a situation of too many dukes at the moment, yes? You, obviously, Duke Elias, you continue to draw breath, thus the title of Duke remains with you, for you
Quite
are
right.
alive. And yet at the same time, you died, and legally the title was bequeathed upon, I'm sorry, was it Wentworth? Was it, no, that was...
Henceforth is my manservant.
Yes,
Yes.
someone called.
Winchester Elias. Duke.
Winchester Elias. Yes, of course. So now we arrived at a situation where we have two dukes. Curious how that works. Duke Elias, was
Yes?
Yes.
was your death at all related to any method that could be misconstrued as murder?
Oh no, nothing. We don't indulge in foul play, that sort of thing. I was enjoying my nighttime ritual of jumping jacks and drinking custard, and
Drinking custard.
I like to have it melted to a lower viscosity where it's almost a liquid, you see, and that's the only way I can get it down the gullet. Well, you see, I was doing jumping jacks and I was running out of time. I like to go to bed before sunset, and so I decided to drink custard while doing jumping jacks, which caused a bit of an uproar with the kitchen staff, and I actually slipped on the custard and banged my head on my bed rail and was knocked unconscious, and what they say was terminal for a few minutes.
It was quite a mess to clean up.
Henceforth, was the royal physician consulted on the state of Duke Elias?
She was, yes.
I see. Okay. And she did proclaim you deceased in that moment?
Well, I don't know. I was unconscious.
Well, okay. Other Duke Elias.
You can talk to her. You can talk to the royal
Is she here?
physician.
Oh, fantastic.
Henceforth, bring in Batilda.
Yes, sir. I'll be right back.
So anyway, it was a minor inconvenience, but I was roused with some smelling salts and a bit of a slap, and you know how these things go.
It was a revivification spell because you are dead.
Shut
Dead
your
is
mouth,
now
you!
the Duke.
Were these two at it again?
I am the Duke.
Yes.
Oh, goodness me, I got no time for this, or I'm supposed to deliver a baby.
Baby can wait.
The baby indeed can wait. Royal physician Belinda, was it?
Sounds good to me. Listen, I'm a busy
Batilda.
Batilda.
Somebody
Batilda,
write
of
that
course.
down.
As,
Royal
you know,
physician
as,
Batilda.
the only royal physician in the household, I'm pretty busy. We got a large staff here, right? Now, Madge down there in the basement, she's ready. She's already crowning, all right? You pulled me away for this. These two squawking heads. You hear her?
Right down there. We're busy.
That's a lady that's got half a kid half of her, I'll tell you what.
Well, let's not discuss that crowning, and let's discuss this crowning. Yes. So the crowning of Duke Elias,
Right.
of the other Duke Elias,
I know, it's
Winchester
bloody
Elias.
frustrating, ain't it? The two of them can't get the names straight.
Yes, it most certainly
You
is.
can
But it
just
should
call
not.
them the old one and the young one.
Is there a period of time when it is appropriate to declare that legally the title is bequeathed from one to the other?
Well, I'm not a legal expert, but I can tell you, he was dead. I mean, no pulse or nothing, weren't no breathing, held a little mirror up to his nose. I walked around him 3 times, spat some salt over my shoulder. I mean, I did, all the technical things.
It seems you tried everything, yes.
I really did. And then, I kicked him and...
You heard her, she did the spitting of salt, and I'm the Duke.
But, I will say, on my professional opinion, that he is alive now.
Well, thank you very much so.
Do we suspect any possible necromancy? We must rule it out. Is it possible?
What's that then?
That's when, okay, you know how there's bones inside you? Well, there's wizards that make those bones dance, even when you're dead. Do you think that's what's happening now? Is that possible?
I've known the Duke for a long time. He's not much of a dancer.
Young man, I don't subscribe to such things. The world is a sphere and whatnot. I think that you should believe in the power of free speech, and also that if you die, you die, and if you're alive, you're alive. And I'm clearly alive now, and so therefore I'm still the Duke.
Right.
And my nephew is a poppycock.
No. That shall not be entered into the record. But we do acknowledge that you are alive.
Strike that from the record keeper.
Yes, sir.
Listen, can I go? I'm a little concerned about the baby.
I need more leeches.
You may go.
Thank you.
I need more leeches.
Given that many leeches on you, though, I am definitely running low on leeches.
Thank you, Batilda.
All right, I'll see you.
Let it known in the record keeper.
Yes.
Henceforth, that Batilda has left.
Batilda left. Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Henceforth, whenceforth, you may shut the door.
Oh yes, yes.
Good.
That was a door.
So we find ourselves in the situation where, obviously, biologically, sensibly, the Duke remains alive, but legally, the Duke did pass away long enough for power of authority to have gone down the lineage.
Objection.
Yes, go on.
Well, there's one part of the law that I'm sure you will know, being a legal expert, is that when someone dies, the next of kin that would be the Duke would have to be in the building in order to claim that prize. And my nephew was not in the building. He was off chasing foxes at the time.
Is this true, Winchester?
That law makes no sense. It's not useful. I can chase foxes if I need to chase foxes. I happen to like foxes. I'd come back to the building eventually, and it would be my building. Mine. More wine,
when you came back, I was alive.
Barely.
This is a salient point. Winchester, you saw your uncle alive earlier that day. And when you saw him again later that day, you saw him alive as well. You at no point witnessed the Duke actually deceased. You have to trust other people's accounting of it, and thus, you cannot be witness to it.
That's right. It was Wenceforth that told you that I was dead. I didn't know that I was dead. He told you that I had died. And everyone just believed him, because why would Wenceforth lie, of course?
Thus, would it be possible that all of this may be an elaborate ruse, a prank of sorts, on you, Winchester, to make you think that such a thing would be owed to you, and yet it is not actually legally yours, for the Duke remains here? There's no way that we would be able to prove otherwise. Is that right?
I'm much too smart for that. It couldn't possibly be true.
Well, I don't actually remember feeling any pain when I was told that I died and then woke up.
He smelled dead when I got back.
He smelled dead.
It could have been the foxes.
Could have
been the custard. Custard gets quite pungent after it dries up, and
I suppose it could have been the custard.
Well, Wenceforth, you told me that I had died, and when Batilda came in, she said, well, you said that she said that I had died.
Yes, and she confirmed that, sir. Yes.
So you are confirming that you died, dude.
Well, but I wasn't able to. I don't know. I mean, I'm just taking it on the word of my manservant.
I see. So he can't prove that you ever died, and you can't prove that you were ever not dead, because you were probably dead and couldn't tell whether you were alive or dead. Thus,
I have no recollection of being dead.
I see. Yes. Thus, we have no way to prove either case. In a sense, the title of Duke belongs to Wensford.
What?
I'm sorry, what?
He was present when you were deceased, right? So we can attest to that. Winchester was not present at the moment in time, thus cannot prove that such a thing happened. And if I'm correct in stating this, once the lineage no longer applies, proximity is what applies for title.
Oh yes, that's quite right. It's a bylaw in the laws.
Right.
It's if the next in line is not legally in the building, then it goes to the next person that's within a 10-foot and then a 15-foot and a 25-foot radius.
But I wanted to hunt the foxes.
And,
shut up, you with your foxes.
And hunt them you did. And now we've arrived. If neither of you can agree on who the Duke is, well then Wensford must be the Duke.
Well, I see no reason to dispute this. Obviously, it's true, because that's what the law states. So, henceforth, if I died, and Batilda says I died, then you are now the Duke.
Wonderful. I would like more wine.
Henceforth, get the Duke more wine.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Deleth. You have caused many problems to go away. I'm going to go live in our summer home.
I must admit the logic is indisputable. I yield.
It's a boy, and I'm naming it Deleth.
Huzzah!